The House of Commons has approved the 4-week lockdown in England, which starts at midnight tonight. People must stay at home except for valid reasons, including work, education, essential shopping, exercise and medical reasons. People can't mix with other households in homes or in private gardens, but meeting one person from another household in a public space is allowed. Pubs and restaurants must close, but they can continue deliveries and takeaways, which in a change of policy, by the way, can now include alcohol. Non-essential shops and hairdressers, gyms and pools must also close, and there are no exemptions for amateur sport. While the majority of MPs backed the restrictions, the government did face a sizable opposition from its own backbenches. Our Deputy Political Editor, Vicki Young, has been following the story.
In Bristol today, the queuing started early, shoppers making the most of the final few hours before lockdown.
We're crazy. Got up at 6:30 just to get here.
Maybe more than a month. It's going to be more than 2nd of December.
We don't like it, but it's probably sensible.
Another period of strict national measures across England wasn't the plan. But Boris Johnson headed to the Commons to tell MPs that once again he was ordering tight restrictions on lives, liberties and business.
I'm common with all members feel the pain and anxiety that we're all going to share in the month ahead. But as Prime Minister, when I'm confronted with data that projects our NHS could even collapse, with deaths in the second wave potentially exceeding those of the first, I can reach only one conclusion. I'm not prepared to take the risk with the lives of the British people.
He assured MPs that the restrictions would be time-limited, legally expiring on the 2nd of December. The Labour leader supports this lockdown, but says it should have happened earlier, as he and many scientists have called for.
There have been huge mistakes made in recent weeks during this pandemic. We've been told so many times by the Prime Minister, often on a Wednesday afternoon, there's a plan to prevent a second wave, it's working. Well, there wasn't, and it didn't. And now, less than 4 months after the Prime Minister told us that this would all be over by Christmas, we're being asked to approve emergency regulations to shut the country down.
And many Conservatives aren't convinced.
The business case against it is overwhelming. For me, Madam Deputy Speaker, the case is not proven, the measures proposed are not proportionate, and I can't vote for them.
By putting down legislation, how people live their lives in their private homes, that is not a space we should enter easily.
Madam Deputy Speaker, it stinks. Whatever the problem, collapsing the economy and destroying people's jobs and livelihoods can never be the right solution.
Although the government easily won today's vote, some Conservative MPs are already anxious about what might happen in December and beyond. These regulations will disappear, but it's not clear exactly what will replace them. And some MPs fear that a return to normality is a very long way off. Boris Johnson's confident tighter measures will get virus numbers down and says he's more optimistic than he's been for months. Businesses forced to close tonight might not share that sentiment. Vicki Young, BBC News, Westminster.